Dude, it's been a day, hasn't it? We're both sweating, but we're golden.
It is stupid hot, and we just unloaded.
And it's not even summer yet.
We unloaded one of our sponsored cars here in the parking lot. It's hot.
It's hot.
The car is cool, but it's hot. It's Tennessee humidity day.
Well, I'm sweating because of the media room, but that's completely different. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to another Tech Tuesday. My name is Ben.
I'm Timothy,
and we are back at it again this Tuesday. We are jumping back into your questions on YouTube, just like the good old days. Or I say good old days. We've always done this. But yeah, we're getting back into it. I will let you take it away from here. Is there any updates, shenanigans, fashion advice that you want to give?
Well, young Benjamin, I can tell you this from firsthand experience. We're doing this for the people.
Amen. For the people. Dilly dilly. We're sponsored by water. Cut it. Go into the next question.
Jammy. 8504. Great job, guys. Always helpful info. Much appreciated. My Chevy 350 is running great in my 48 panel trunk with a Killshot.
Fantastic.
Yes, because the panel truck is cool. We need to see pictures.
Yes, please.
Even post them on the Tech Help Owners group, whatever. We like that stuff.
Yep. I might put it on our channel. So,
are we going to release a Aces calendar of some of the coolest things we deal with? Or are we going to do that?
Well,
I mean, I do mean to put you on the spot about it.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I think it's a little late as far as May goes. But
No. I mean, for next year, because we can spend the rest of the year collecting a couple of cool cars. We have a big old vote session on the whole gig. Let the people decide what the cool cars are. We put like 30 cool cars on there, a couple different
12.
angles, all that jazz, and we'll just do a big old voted up to 12, and we get to the most popular 12, and we'll put them on a calendar.
This is like our brainstorming session now. Yeah. We answer questions and we come up with new ideas.
Yeah,
that's not even necessarily a new idea, but it's a good idea.
No, it's just something we haven't visited back on because it's kind of cool, and
let's do it.
We could totally do that. It'd be neat.
Question number 2, Daniel Bunk 8611. Can't wait to put my Jackpot in my 5.3 4L60E 3rd Gen Camaro. We got a couple of those around, you know.
We do.
Crazy. What do you guys or can you offer for what you charge? I had to call to make sure that the price wasn't a typo on the website or something. The system seems to be super high quality after simply unboxing it. Great job, guys.
The prices are
what they are.
Well, it's not that we keep a high profit margin. That's the best part. We don't need to be greedy. We're just trying to put a thing out and help people out and do a thing and support the car community the best we can. And still, I mean, obviously we have to make a couple bucks, but yeah, the price is the best part. But we're pushing hard for the technology and all the little bugs and fixes and things, all the exciting stuff about we're doing it for the people. We say that, but it's a huge umbrella statement about how we're doing it for the people. Is it price? Is it quality? Is it the technology? Is it the fact that, you know, if a lot of people are asking for a thing, somebody like myself, actually me, gathers that and then pushes it up the food chain to make some kind of a crazy change. I mean, there's so many things that we wouldn't have thought of natively here. And
well, it's a team effort. We're privately owned. Our
facts.
Dream, our you know, we're not having to brokerage everything that we do. We make all of our stuff. It's all proprietary, and we didn't just come into the industry just to make money.
Yeah,
that was not the goal,
you
just said.
The fact of that proprietary thing is, what some folks don't see is, you know, it's like, yeah, we'll buy something from a manufacturer that looks a lot like somebody else's stuff. But the thing is, like, we have our own variation of it. It's machined
down to every part.
The ports align a little bit different. And yeah, there's similarities because you only make certain things certain ways. But, you know, when it comes down to it, like, we get to the manufacturer. There's no middleman on this stuff.
Correct.
Other than, you know,
if we don't make it ourselves.
Really, if we don't manufacture it ourselves. And a lot of the stuff we do, like, just with the displays, we purchase certain components to certain criteria and all that jazz, and we're putting that stuff together.
I read the last one, so you go.
Greg Cranfla. Yeah.
We tried to read your names.
I don't spell good. 4816. I sent these guys an email a week and a half ago about a question. Haven't heard a thing back from them yet. Good thing myself and friend figured out what my problem was. Week and a half ago. What country was I in?
Yeah, no. Is it a tech email or a customer service email? We do our best to answer our emails as quickly as possible, unless it's marketing, of course.
Yeah, weirdly enough, marketing stuff. No, weirdly enough, like we've actually had like the strangest, oddest backlog between car shows and major medical situations. It's just been
shows.
Neat.
Oh wait, you said shows.
Yeah, definitely shows. I mean that thing we did up in Bristol, man. I'll tell you what, like it took more than half of our staff up there, and it was like my Friday was hectic, but it was good.
Smaller company pains.
Big problems. No, it's we've actually added a new tech team member because we realized the fact that there was a couple ones that didn't get answered and don't like that much. So easy button. Hire somebody, get them all trained up, and I'll tell you what, I can't wait to have him on a Tech Tuesday. Good dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah, if you haven't heard anything, give us a call. If that's the worst case scenario, if we've missed an email.
Also, feel free to resend the email.
Yeah, that's totally cool too.
I like the way TK Speed Shop said, good vidya, guys. I like it. That's what I'm talking about.
Thomas Cameron says, can't wait for a full install video on the Jackpot. Yep. Doing my first LS swap and would really love to learn the ins and the outs of the Jackpot system. We actually just talked about this today. Stay tuned for another weekly series. So Tech Tuesday comes out on Tuesday, one of these days, or either next week, or I don't know. Either next week or the week after, you'll see a running, just like Tech Tuesday, one video a week on either something related to the install of a system, something related to the software, diagnostics, tuning, running on a dyno, whatever it is.
Facts.
That is something that we are working on. I'm hoping next week we will finally start releasing those.
It's funny. I got to finish the install of my 1-ton. I literally haven't even bolted the intake down yet. We started that video last year. Was that right? Yeah. So we started this install video on a Jackpot last year and literally haven't had room to breathe to go out into the parking lot for 2.5 hours to finish a wiring harness install and bolting down an intake.
Yep. If that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Not to say that our lives are busy. It's just the reality.
It's just a reality of like we're getting it here.
You'll get Tech Tuesdays on Tuesdays and whatever we're going to call this series.
Yep. And it might not even be me installing stuff. I might just have one of my techs go out there.
It could be somebody else.
We might take a system off of one of our ACES vehicles and put the thing back on step by step. Just to go through it. And it's not hard to do because our cars are already kind of set up for it.
Yeah.
So,
and the best part about our vehicles is that they probably look like what everybody else is going on.
That's a big push of why we got those particular vehicles, the C10, the Mustang, the
Blazer,
the LS Swap Blazer. We went with the most common combinations that our customer base is really doing. I really want to get a Tri-5 out here, but it's not exactly my budget.
One of these days.
Let's see. Ted Myko, 3204. Man, I just talked to that dude a minute ago. Any tech videos on nitrous use on a Killshot? For the people.
For the people.
Little peace sign. Ted, thanks for the comment, dude. We're doing a special project with Ted, and he is a smart cat. I like him a bunch. The cool thing is he's right. I made a very quick video about how to set that up in the handheld, but I did not wire it. I have a nitrous kit here. We need to figure out what we're putting it on.
Does it have to? Can we? I'm assuming we can use it on a Killshot now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's in the software now.
Didn't used to be, but
but like this really laying it out to where it shows the dip and timing, how to put the input in, kind of how it's triggered. I think it'll be a good thing because I really just need to buy a new nitrous controller and wire it in so it shows that it's active and it's
Yes.
feeding 12 volts to our system and then dipping the timing appropriately.
Yep.
And I'll try to couple that with the actual nitrous math for fueling and all that stuff and how much timing per whatever. And we'll get that set up.
Yes.
And that's a fair point for a good video.
Also, speaking of, a lot of these questions that are coming through this Tech Tuesday, a lot of them have really great video ideas. So like we said, with this new series that's coming up, if you have ideas for videos, things that you need, things that you want to see, please let us know. Obviously, there's only so much time in a day for sure, but we want to be able to get those out as much as possible. So if you have an idea, if you have questions, just like Ted was saying about the nitrous on a Killshot video, whatever it looks like, that's what we want to be doing. So, yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but
beat the dead horse.
John Lemos.
John Lemos 868. Is there a way to change from map to PSI in the VE tables? This would make it easier to understand for a beginner like me. I'm glad you mentioned that. As a dude that's done a thing or two, to a beginner, I can tell you, understanding the table in KPA from a beginning standpoint actually becomes less confusing to do than in PSI because our pressures are in absolute. So when you look at pressure in absolute,
that's a good point.
Your atmospheric pressure is going to be at 14 and some change depending on your elevation. And you're going to run into a really weird thing that happens is you start thinking pressure, not vacuum. So if it's at 10, it's really not at 10. It's less pressure than our atmosphere. We did that before a long time ago, kind of as a test for the market early, like we're talking 2 years ago. And it went so sideways that we just forced it into reading KPA because none of the tuners would touch it.
Right.
It was the wildest thing. It makes sense, but, I come from a world of metric system, KPA, so on and so forth. And a lot of the majority of our customers do, the bulk of the tuners do as well. Like if you're reading boost, you want to read it in PSI. If you're reading map, you want to read it in KPA. And there'll be some good variables you can change around in this software at a later point, just as we really nail down our advancements that we already have planned, and then we'll put in a few extra options for stuff like that. Like in our newest software, we flipped the table because people liked it upside down better. It's upside down for me. I just adapt to it. It's not a big deal.
Right.
But the rest of it is one of those things where we're going to throw some options in there at some point down the road. So if you like it a certain way, you should be able to change an axis, tell it what it says, et cetera, flip the table around a few different ways, but that's future stuff. That's nothing we're going to be in a hurry to do because it's not really the most popular thing to do.
Merry Christmas. In May. Christmas in May.
Christmas in May. It's hot in Tennessee.
It is. And it's not even summer. I'm so worried.
Tennessee humidity.
That's true as well.
Dude, it's like if my sweat
had not like
sweat,
Arizona.
I would be sweating the sweat.
Yeah.
Thomas Cameron.
Yeah, again, welcome.
109.
Yeah.
Do y'all plan on selling intakes, manifolds, and throttle bodies separately? I want to swap everything, all my ACES products, and get it one piece at a time or something like that.
Great question, Thomas. We actually just did that, at least for all of the manifolds. So as far as buying an intake manifold, any of the LS options that we have, probably not all of the multi-port injection ones right out the gate, but very soon to be. All of those are out for purchase. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to call in, and we can get you hooked up with any of those intake manifolds. As far as our throttle bodies themselves, there's the 4-barrel throttle body that we have for LS, and we have the fabricated intake throttle bodies as well for sale. But as far as just buying a Killshot or Royal Flush throttle body by itself, don't know when we're going to start doing that, if we are going to start doing that.
That'd be a weird thing to do.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be in the lineup. But the rest are available. So if you're interested, go check that out. But there's some cool looking intakes in there, so I don't blame you.
Well, that 2 cool intakes in a row this week. We got the one that I gave to Daniel to put on his Camaro.
Oh yeah, the low range.
It looks fantastic.
We're doing it in black now too. Not yet. Well, again, why did we release so much early stuff on here? This is where you need to be if you want to know what's coming next.
Yeah.
But stay tuned for some black low ram intakes as well.
I don't think we're going to do those in pink. The Killshot in pink is super cool. Don Dottier 24 called it anti-theft pink.
That's beautiful.
Shoot.
Coy's Garage. Here we go. We need purple. Talking about, obviously, the pink Killshot.
Talking about Killshots.
And I have an 81 C30. I'm putting a 4L80 in and interested in the quick draw. But
Facts.
I see no videos, no reviews on how it works. Again, back to the other.
Oh, it's easy. What we did was we got the Jackpot and we gutted the TCU out of it, modified it, threw some extra inputs and outputs on it, and then revamped the software.
It's a good little system.
I like it a lot.
If you are looking for videos on the quick draw, stay tuned. Those are things that we are actually currently in the works of making.
Bryant Steelwell, couple questions. Is there going to be an option for intake manifolds for the Chevy Vortec heads? Yep. What is the timeline looking like for a dual quad setup? Working on it. With the dual quad setup, well, I have an option for lower CFM. Not exactly. But there's a trick. I asked this because nearly every engine I see, so on and so forth, tunnel ram, dual quad setups. Yeah, I agree. It's way too much CFM. 2,000 CFM on a small block 350 with a swap meet fine tunnel ram setup from the 1970s.
It's a little much.
That's hogging a lot of air. So imagine in a dream world that we make it a little more progressive, if you will. And that way you can tip in a little bit of cruising air and have all that good download drivability, all the stuff that's not native to a dual quad setup, because those are normally on or off. You can have them idle on the trailer, but you got to blip the crap out of the throttle to back it off. And then when you're staging, you're just on it, and then you're off of it. You're not going to cruise it around the street very well unless you use it to some little baby carburetors. So with that, we're going to try to get real funky with the linkage and try to do a few things and test it to make sure it's fueling correctly and the airflow's going good and all that normal stuff.
Right.
There's some fluid dynamics math that's going to help that all out too. But
as far as a timeline, I don't have a specific timeline.
We got one engineer dude doing some fit checks. We got another guy looking at software, and we got another dude looking at some wiring harness strategies, what ECU we're going to use, this, that, and the other. So yeah, it is in the works and it's a thing. Because it's cool. And here's the trick. I'm doing it for the people, but I'm doing it in a weird way that it's going to be the better option than what's out there. Because nobody's really focusing on drivability. They look at it's making 900 horsepower.
Yep.
Like, yeah, but it barely idles and drives
Correct.
like garbage. So let's make the thing drive, but also when you give her the beans, it lights the tires up and jumps every Coke can in the parking lot.
That has become like the saying around here.
So
I mean, I know it's a saying, but like it just won't die. It won't die.
Our buddy Tommy, friend of ours here, he's brought his very, very custom Corvette to us for a little bit of fun time.
Very custom Corvette.
Yeah. So, anyways, this guy
that is the overstatement.
The statements he makes, and he's hilarious. He made a mention about our Tennessee roads and the potholes and how the thing was jumping Coke cans on the trailer. Dominic Terry 12 need help with the nitrous input on the Jackpot. What wire retards the timing? Brown step wire used to be used for two-step, and it works great. So it used
Great
to be
question.
the step wire, and the nitrous wire was removed out of the recent harness.
Yep.
I'm actually working that out right now because that change was made, and I just become aware of it thanks to Dominic Terry, weirdly enough. So that's something I'm going to have to look into real deep and make sure that it's all still good.
Stay tuned this week. Tech Short on nitrous on the Jackpot.
Nitrous input. Or to show the timing dipping, we don't really have. I mean, I do have a nitrous kit, but you don't want to run nitrous on a unloaded engine test stand. I could put it on the Blazer, but see what had happened was the transmission in this Blazer, right? So it's a 4L60, and so when you put it in gear now, I don't know what happened to it at all, but when you put it in gear, it sounds gently like nickels in a blender.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tech Tuesday. If you liked it, please leave a like down below. If you have any questions about EFI or Aces EFI, please leave a comment and we will get to it in our next Aces Tech Tuesday video. If you see Tech Tuesday Media anywhere else on social media, feel free to give it some love. And for now, Tim, rocking and rolling.
Loving it.
We'll see you guys in the next Tech Tuesday. Bye for now.